Thanks for joining us here on Pitch Guys, the podcast with infinite ideas and zero execution. In today's episode, we're going to talk about everything Star Wars. With the release of Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker in just a few weeks, and Disney Plus's recent launch of The Mandalorian, there's never been a better time to visit a galaxy far, far away. That being said, this episode is not suitable for children or Ewoks, so put them in another room and let them stare at your collectible Star Wars action figures that you won't let them touch, and let's get started. A long, long time ago, in a basement far, far away, it's time for another episode of Pitch Guys, guys.
Hey,
how are we all doing?
That was a weird intro, but I like it. I like you doing different things.
Just
well, we
dandy.
are. You know what this episode's about.
That's right.
You do
Bet.
because we prepped this.
That's right.
It's time. You'd think we would have talked about this before.
Yep.
But it's time for us to talk about Star Wars.
Oh, yeah. Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Star Wars.
You want to do Indiana Jones?
No, Star Wars
Well,
is
we
what
can
we're
do
doing.
Indiana Jones another time, but they
Yeah.
are connected.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, I'm super excited to talk about Star Wars.
Yeah, I mean, it has a lot of meaning to me in my life. Star Wars for me, ever since I was a young one. I mean, I was 5 years old in
Padawan.
1977. Now you know my age.
Uh-oh.
But I was 5 years old when the first Star Wars movie came out. I saw it in the movie theater, and I had no idea what I was going to see. And it absolutely blew my mind, and I can honestly say probably had a very deep impact on my life. And
Deep Impact is another movie.
that's true. And probably influenced by Star Wars.
Probably.
But it had a real impact on my life and the direction that I took and my passion for film and for all things geek cinema, I guess.
Mm.
So I love Star Wars.
I was later to it.
Or yes.
I didn't grow
Mhm.
up with it. But, you know, when I was a teenager, I was probably when I first really became aware of it. And I felt cheated after that I hadn't encountered Star Wars earlier in my life.
Mm.
What about you, Derek?
You know, I got watching it a bit, and you know, I've always liked Patrick Stewart, and you know, he was good, and you know, I thought
Patrick Stewart.
Patrick Stewart, right? Like he's the captain,
What?
Right.
Starship Enterprise, right? That's what we're talking about now.
That would be Star
that's
Trek,
Star Trek,
The
yeah.
Next Generation.
Same thing.
No, it's Captain
No,
Kirk
there's
of the
there's
Star Trek Enterprise.
Star Wars and
Cor-
Star
right.
Trek.
Oh shoot!
Wow.
I'm off base here.
To any
Okay.
Trekkies out there. Star
I've
Wars
just offended a couple groups of people, I think here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. We
okay.
will be getting people furiously writing letters or tweets at the very least.
Okay, is Star Wars the one with Klingon?
No.
Okay.
No, not at all.
Okay.
No.
I'm going to need a little help in this episode.
Okay,
then.
well,
It'll come back to you, I'm
We'll,
sure.
Okay,
we'll
yeah.
help you for
Okay.
sure.
Yeah. So the new movie comes out at Christmas.
Right. That would be The Rise of Skywalker.
Rise of Skywalker.
Mm-hmm.
Hasn't he already risen? Wasn't there a whole bunch of
Well,
movies about him already?
I don't want to.
Yeah.
There's a spoiler alert here.
Yes.
I guess if you are a person who doesn't go to the theater or watch movies, that you'll hear things about the new movies, the old movies. So if you don't want to hear any of those spoilers, don't shut the podcast off, but just have something over your ears and close them every now and then.
Intensify the bass so it's all a big muffle.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll try to lower
there
my
has
voice
been
a
a
bit.
character named Skywalker
Mhm.
Yes.
in them. So in the new ones, we've got his daughter. What's going
Well,
on?
we don't know that. We
No.
don't know
We're
exactly
presuming.
who she is, but based on the movie The Last Jedi,
Mhm.
she's nobody.
Yeah.
So there have been 8 official Star Wars related trilogy films and several others that were not connected directly Star Wars universe films.
Mhm.
But our main character in the new trilogy, of course, is Rey.
Yeah.
Right.
She's great.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Yeah.
Hot.
Wow. Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
A lot like a young Jean-Luc Picard. you
Yeah.
might
Yeah.
say.
Yeah. Okay. There we go.
Have you not seen the new Star Wars then, Derek? You're more... seen the
No,
old
I
ones?
think I've seen the new Star Wars.
Okay.
There's the guy on the island by himself.
Yeah.
She goes to
Right.
find him.
Yep.
I think,
Yep.
right?
That would be Luke Skywalker.
Pretty
Okay.
good character.
Right.
So I told you there's a Skywalker. How does he come back if there already is a Skywalker? I don't understand this thing.
Yeah.
The thing that confuses me about Star Wars is there's like 3 different versions, and some are in the future and some are in the past.
Yeah.
And like because the storyline was released in different,
Yeah.
Harry Potter was released chronologically,
linear.
so I know what I'm doing. So it messes
Yeah.
me up a little bit, and I've missed a few episodes here and there. So
Mm-hmm.
that's what it's called, right? Episodes.
You've missed a few episodes. I don't know how you and I are even friends,
Yeah.
actually.
I don't know. Well, it's like this. I have them all, like 1 through 6, on my shelf, and I keep just saying to my wife, "Hey, let's have a date night
Right.
and watch this movie."
Yeah.
And she's like, "No, never."
But
But I think that's where I got confused because she loves Star Trek, so she's willing to watch
okay.
those.
Well, I think that most of us of our age would say that episodes 4, 5, and 6, which were the original movies, starting in 1977 and concluding in 1983, were probably what I would say the best of the Star Wars movies.
Yeah.
And I remember I know I've talked about this in a past podcast, so I won't go over it in great detail, but I remember when the new movies came out, the original trilogy, 1999, I believe, Star Wars The Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
And I really wanted to like it, but I
There'd be
just...
a lot of hype.
Yeah, and I think I convinced myself that I liked it the first time I saw it. And then I slowly had to come to realization that it really wasn't a great movie.
No.
But those 3 movies, episodes 1, 2, and 3, those were my kids' Star Wars movies. That's
Yeah.
how they experienced Star Wars.
Pod
And
racing
they-
was exciting.
Yeah, it was. And they love those films.
Yeah.
So, that being said, when the new set of movies came out, and there have been what would that be, 8 and 9? No, sorry. Episodes 7 and 8, I kind of enjoy them. I don't know that they're quite at the same level as the original trilogy, but they're fun.
Yeah. I mean, I don't like them as much as the originals. Like, they're not as much of a powerful movie, but they're entertaining, and they're certainly better than episodes 1, 2, and 3.
Right.
I don't know if it's because of the different director or just because they are definitely trying to cash in on nostalgia with
Yeah.
the returning cast. And the one complaint I really have with them is that they feel like they're just rehashing too many of the tropes from the originals.
Right. Yeah.
Like it's almost like they're redoing them,
Mhm.
like they're kind of rebooting. They do add new things, new characters, new settings, but yeah, I look forward to the new one coming out. I'm excited to see it. I'm definitely going to see it in theaters, and I want to know where the series goes.
The difference for me is that when the original trilogy came out, I was experiencing it as they were coming out. I was a kid, and it was impossible for me to imagine how I was going to survive the 3 years until the next movie was going to come out.
Oh, yeah.
So between Star Wars and Empire Strikes Back, it seemed like so much time had passed.
Yeah.
And I was just waiting. In fact, I defined those years were just waiting for Star Wars to come out. And the new trilogy is good, but
If you were asked out on a date, you'd have to
it's
say,
like-
I can't. I'm
it's
waiting
just-
for Star Wars.
right, true,
Yeah.
exactly. It's somewhat forgettable. It just doesn't seem that important. Like,
Yeah.
I would have to go back and review that last movie to see what happened before I went to it. So
Well, I
when it
think
comes out, I will definitely be there,
Yeah.
but it's not as big a deal.
The
Is
thing
that
is-
because you're in a less impressionable time in your life?
Oh, it could be.
Or
Probably.
is that because the movies are not as of good quality?
Well, I think the movies are good, but I don't know. Our kids is the average 14-year-old unable to contain him or herself because they're waiting for this movie. And
Yeah.
I don't think it's there. It's not the same. It doesn't have the same hype.
Doesn't have
Yes.
the same
Did.
groundbreaking special effects. There's been Star Wars before Star Wars now.
Yeah, the special effects are pretty fantastic,
Yeah.
but
Uh-huh.
But the Marvel
I mean,
movies
yeah, you're
have
right.
always-
George Lucas was really breaking ground.
Yeah.
And I think that if you look at episodes 1, 2, and 3, some people look back at the special effects and think that there's some drawbacks to what he did, but he was trying things. He was still pushing the envelope, and a lot of the things that he did in those movies actually are effects that are being used now in other films.
Yep.
So,
Well, I think the new episode's going to be pretty awesome. I'm excited for it. And I just want to take a minute here just to kind of deviate from our conversation a bit. As excited I am about the new movie, there's a new Star Wars TV show that's just amazing.
Yes, it is really
The
good.
Mandalorian
Yeah.
is like one of the premier shows you can watch on the Disney Plus that just dropped.
Well, and we had the opportunity just a few weeks ago to watch that first episode, the
That's
three
true.
of us together.
That is true.
So,
Yeah, we'll just notice that there's probably going to be some spoilers here. At this time, like we're 3 episodes into the show.
yeah.
At least Al and I have. I don't think
I'm one
you're-
episode in.
You're
No,
one
I
episode.
haven't been
Yeah.
able to see it since
Okay,
our time.
well,
Well,
if you
we
haven't-
maybe we can recap a little bit of the
Yeah, we'll
first
recap.
episode, and then
Yeah.
you can
Fill
ask
Derek
us some
in.
questions, or we can kind of fill you in on what you've missed.
Right.
This is an amazing show, and if you don't want spoilers, just go to the bathroom right now because this will just be a few minutes, and then
Right.
we'll get back to talking.
Yeah,
about
or
the movie.
press that little 30-second advance button on the podcast streamer
there you
like
go.
5 or 6 times, and
technology.
you should be good. Yeah.
Every time you hit the 30-second, Al will put in a thing saying "still going."
Yeah.
in the edit.
Yeah.
So-
It'll be complicated, but
Yeah.
we'll try that.
We're all different levels of
Yeah.
kind of Star Wars fanatics,
Yes.
I would say.
This is true.
Some of us more so, some of us less so, but we all enjoy it, I think.
Yeah.
Derek, what was your take on the first episode of The Mandalorian?
I thought visually it looked good. It made me think of the original Star Wars,
Yeah.
and kind of like how the characters looked, how the I don't know what they're called, all the other aliens. Would that be an appropriate term?
It doesn't feel too fake CGI.
Yeah.
No.
Well, it looks like they've used lots of practical effects, costumes, puppets.
They have a decent budget too, like Derek
Right.
said. It looks good because it's kind of got a movie budget.
Yeah.
Like every episode has a movie budget.
Pretty
Well,
not a massive movie
yeah.
budget, but
That's
it's
substantial.
they put money into it.
Yeah.
I think it kind of has that old Disney feel, it is Disney, but the old Star Wars feel, like you said, Derek, because it's kind of got a westerny vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt like it was a big saloon scene, like in the opening, like walking
Yeah.
in. I thought he even had spurs on when he first
kind
walked
of a
in.
westerny
You're right.
bounty hunter.
Yeah.
It does. So in that way, it feels more westerny than any other Star
And
Wars
that's what
that
the
I've ever
original
seen.
Star Wars was kind of touted to be, was like a
Space western.
space western,
Right.
basically.
But yeah, to me, it feels more like Star Wars than anything has since Return of the Jedi. Like, there's those first 3 movies, and then of course we had the prequels, and we have the new movies, and they're all very good. But this feels really like that. You're in
Getting
that
to the
Star
roots.
Wars
Yeah.
world, and this is not about. Well, it's not really about the Jedis. We don't have a Jedi as our hero.
No.
So we're getting to see something a little different and really focus on the adventure.
It's all new stories, and it's a new adventure, and it's new characters. And I thought it was going to be Boba Fett or something, but so far it doesn't seem to have any real connection to him. It's just the Mandalorians and the bounty hunters and like that race and what they're all about, because they're kind of mysterious. So yeah, what do you think of the first plot?
Oh, it seemed interesting. One thing that I was unsure about was like, he's got this, I don't know what it was, special metal,
Yes.
or something like this,
It's a special
yeah.
medal from
and
doing a
you
gig.
can take it to like this forger, and not forger, like and she crafts something, but like it's like the least cool thing that she could
The
craft.
shoulder.
Like she just like makes a shoulder patch.
Yeah.
Like you couldn't you have made something cooler with that?
Well, you
Like,
don't want to start out with the coolest thing.
Pretty pricey.
Yeah.
yeah,
you
but
know?
like moderately more cool than a
Yeah,
shoulder
like
patch. Like maybe a new
like
face
a-
shield or something.
Like a jock strap.
Yeah, exactly.
He gets paid
I
with
think it's called
metal.
a cod piece.
Oh, okay.
A cod piece. He gets
Yeah.
paid with the special metal that makes his shoulder guard or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's his order that he took it back to, right? So it's kind of neat. He's kind of got this almost religious-like order. It's very
Right.
strict code.
Yeah.
Yes.
Actually, Derek, in the next 2 episodes, they kind of elaborate a bit more on that.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
So
Yeah.
I'm going to spoil a bit for you here. But
Okay. I'll just go
basically,
earplugs.
he does a job,
Yeah.
another job, and he gets more of that metal.
Yeah.
Right.
And it turns out that I think what the arc of the story is, he's going to be kind of building his traditional armor.
That's
Okay.
right. Yeah.
He's going to build which
Yeah.
is a big deal. Like it's a whole new piece of this expensive armor.
And in episode 3, we get to see him use some of these new tools, which is kind of
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, he's got like lots of really cool weapons. Like he has like multi darts that he can fire off
Yeah.
that target people, and he's got like a
Crazy.
grappling rope kind of deal. You know, some things that like I think Boba Fett had.
There's a microwave in there.
yeah,
That's
he's
nice.
yeah.
Just
No,
a
he's
little
got like
mini
this
pizza
microwave.
pops
sonic
in
microwave.
and,
At one point, he actually like uses this thing to prepare his meal when he's in the
Yeah.
ship. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a
neat.
weapon. You see him use it like sonic microwave, but
Right.
he can cook himself. It's like a mini bake oven,
Yeah.
almost kind
like
of
a
deal he's
little
got.
pizza pocket or something
Yeah.
that he had.
Yeah.
But I think it was in the very first episode. At the end of the episode, the big mystery of the season was revealed.
yeah, like
the asset,
Baby Yoda.
Asset.
right?
Baby
Which they're
Yoda.
calling at the moment Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
Which I mean isn't possible when you look at the time frame, because this is supposed to be happening after Return of the Jedi, so Yoda is dead.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of speculation as to this creature. Is it just one who's of the same race? Is it a clone
Yeah.
of Yoda? What is this little cute creature that's like taking over
Is
the
Yoda
internet?
Yoda like a rebirth kind of character? Is
Maybe.
that
Right.
kind of thing?
Or did he get together with another
another Lady Yoda.
Lady Yoda, and we got this going on.
Do or do not.
Yeah.
Well, Derek, in the next couple episodes, and this is a really cool like development thing, kind of the Heartless Bounty Hunter.
Right.
It seems like he starts to connect with Baby Yoda a bit,
Right.
and he actually feels responsible for it. And there's one scene where Baby Yoda's hungry. Remember,
Yeah.
Sal?
Yes, I do.
He's
And it was
like
a shock.
screaming.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not screaming, but he's making this cute Baby Yoda noise. I'm hungry.
Yeah.
And so he has to go into this cantina kind of place, like in the first episode, and he has to find like this weirdo alien, and he pays her to basically be a wet nurse,
Really?
and she's got like 4, 5, 8
Breasts.
different kids hanging off her already.
Well,
So you can tell that this is her profession.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, he just kind of flips her some coin and feeds Baby Yoda off this alien.
This is where we find out there's something really unique about this little Baby Yoda, because he's able to use the Force to draw out the breast milk to take
Yeah.
it in.
Yeah. And he's
And,
very advanced, and
Yeah.
he's like an independent little character, and he's still in the series. And there's like this relationship forming between him and the bounty hunter. The bounty
You don't
hunter,
know if it's romantic or if
no,
it's just
it's attracted to the baby.
right.
They've kind of given some hints, but yeah. And then it also turns out that besides being like a bounty hunter, like you only see that part of his life in episode 1. In episode 2 and 3, we're starting to learn more that he's also, I guess, the equivalent like a plumber.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he
He has like a trade as well.
Yeah, he's got a trade because I
Yeah.
think all the Mandalorians have to have a day job.
Yeah.
And the bounty hunting's just more of a passion. So
Right.
he goes into
Side
like all
gig.
he goes into these space homes, and he's got like a space, what is it, like snake that he goes and
Yeah.
helps unclog
Yeah.
these toilets, you know?
Well, and it was interesting that little 15-minute segment where he went to the Ewok planet,
Yeah.
and he was
That was a cool part.
unplugging their
Yeah.
outhouses.
Yeah. And they're just yelling at him, you know? Like, hurry up, basically.
Yeah.
You know, we just use, you know.
Well, they've been using stormtrooper helmets, right?
Yeah, it's
So
gross.
they-
There is a scene where they're using a stormtrooper helmet.
Yeah.
That's grim. But yeah, no, he's just that's not going to be a big part of the series.
Yeah.
Like they just kind of
Yeah.
alluded to it a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, his big dream, I think, was to kind of get a food truck going.
Yeah.
It was, well, like
A
a
You
food
see what he does.
ship.
What
yeah.
would
He
that
does
be like?
stop
A
at a
food
lot of-
ship?
yeah.
He stops at a lot of like food vendor kind of trucks and stuff, hovering crafts.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
the equivalent of like a space burrito at one point he buys.
And it's a real pain because you're in space, so he's got to get, well, he is suited up, but
yeah.
How does he eat through his face mask?
Well, they
See,
haven't shown his face yet.
actually, that is a good point.
Like, how does he
because
get
at
food in?
one point in the third episode, one of the Mandalorians said to him, "Have you ever taken off your mask?
Yeah.
Do you ever take off your mask?" And he says, "No."
Yeah.
And the first thing that crossed my mind is,
How did he eat
How
that
are you
space burrito?
eating? Like, do
Yeah.
you stuff that in the mask at the bottom and
Yeah.
just try and get that in there?
Yeah.
Or?
There's a particularly endearing scene where he's like eating his burrito, right? And he's just eating it quick and efficiently. And then he hears like this little chirp and he looks over and Baby Yoda's looking up at him and kind of reaching
Right.
at him.
Yeah.
And he tries to ignore him first.
Yeah.
But then he's like, and he begrudgingly gives him a little bit of burrito. And then it's kind of a cute moment. But then there's a bit of a funny moment just like a couple minutes down the road, or I guess through space. Baby Yoda has a complete blowout in his diaper.
Yeah.
The Mandalorian has to deal with that.
All right.
But yeah, I don't know. Overall, it's just it's a great show. All those things that we've told Derek have definitely happened.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, I believe it.
I just think that it's well written. The music is cool. It's kind of got that westerny vibe to the music still.
It's Star Wars, and it doesn't take itself too serious.
Yeah.
It's fun.
It's got some nice
And-
Easter eggs.
Yeah, lots of really cool things. So, cheers to Disney Plus for that, because I think it's great.
It's worth it. Disney Plus is worth it just for that. You got to catch up, Derek, and
There we go.
I can't wait till you see those scenes that we just
I look
described to you.
forward to learning about the the
Blowout
tradesman.
diaper or not, that baby is cute.
Yeah.
You may be a little surprised when you go to watch and find some subtle differences between what we've told you and
Excellent.
what happens in the
I
episodes.
look
but
forward to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mandalorian. Check it out.
It's that time. It's that time for our shameless plug.
Oh, boy.
So excited this week. We've got a
bet.
great new sponsor.
Absolutely. Yes, our sponsor this week is a lifesaver, not the candy or the floating device. No, when you are in the washroom and you unfortunately have to do some unfortunate business, you don't want someone to follow you in there and be disgusted. So you need to reach for a bathroom spray. But we're probably getting sick of the usual scents that are out there.
Yeah, no, I'm so
Right.
sick of the potpourri type.
Clean linen and
Right,
lilac
exactly. It's
and
all
all
the
that
same.
crap. So I've discovered
And
a
you know,
whole
it
new
doesn't even mask it that well.
No, it doesn't.
No,
It
it's
still
like you
smells.
get and potpourri.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get purple feces. That's the
Yeah.
smell.
Right, yeah.
Right. So there is a product I've discovered, and it's called Sense Eats.
Sense
And,
Eats.
Yeah, don't let the name throw you.
Okay.
What it is, basically, you can make your bathroom smell like a bathroom from your favorite upscale eatery.
All
So
right.
from your favorite chain restaurant, you can
Okay.
make your bathroom smell like you are at the Olive Garden.
Oh,
Yeah. So it's got like that garlic and breadsticks and nonstop soup smell.
chicken
like
fettuccine.
the bathroom of the Olive Garden, or
Yeah.
just the Olive Garden in general?
Well, both. Like
Okay.
when you walk
They have
from the
two.
bathroom,
okay.
They have both the bathroom,
Yeah.
plus they also have the kitchen.
it's a
Okay,
clean
okay.
smell, but it's also savory. Like
Right,
when you
yeah,
walk from
yeah.
the bathroom into the Olive Garden, you get the same smell wafting in.
Okay.
And when you have company come over and they walk into your bathroom after you've been in there and they smell an upscale steak restaurant scent, they're going to think, wow, this is a place we want to come back to.
Well, I've tried it out, and I purchased the Red Lobster canister,
Oh my God.
and it is something. You get that smell of shrimp and squid and all of that seafood.
yeah. And those cheese
in your
and those
bathroom.
biscuits they give you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
It's
I
all
tried
there.
this.
It's all in the spray.
I didn't think I'd
And
like it.
You would think that you were in a Red Lobster.
Yeah, I thought I
You've
was.
done your business.
Yeah.
You know, you're a little bit embarrassed.
Yeah.
It's a bit pungent.
I walked out hungry for shellfish. I thought it was amazing. You know? And then, they do have some more mainstream ones now for like your smaller restaurants, but
Yeah.
more popular ones.
Right.
They got a fast food line. There's McDonald's fries now.
Oh, I love
the
that.
smell
Like
of
that
McDonald's.
crisp,
Yeah.
salty, fresh out of the fryer smell. So I didn't think this would be for me, but it's changed my whole bathroom
Right.
experience. My guests love
Right.
it. And you walk out of the bathroom hungrier than you went in.
Yeah. I tried one is a spicy donair with
Oh, yeah.
tzatziki and
Yeah,
it just
yeah.
like that just smelled
Yeah.
just my favorite donair shop.
My
Just
friend
smelled like
had
that.
a tikka masala
Wow.
in his bathroom.
They have the whole subsidiary line too, where they're doing the apartment cooking,
Okay.
where when you walk into a hallway and you smell all of the different things that are being cooked, you can smell that.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
It's
You
like
throw
a
that in
taste
your
of the world kind of
Right,
bathroom
exactly.
spray.
Yeah.
Wow.
You're getting everything from curry to
Yeah.
gravy and turkey and
Well, these people at Sense Eats, they are, they're just innovators.
Yeah, that's true.
and it's ethical, all ethically and environmentally
Yeah.
produced,
You're
right? right?
Yeah, they've only
No-
tested
not-
things
no
on
animal
living
testing.
animals.
Oh, yeah.
Very few animals died in the making of
Almost
these products. Right.
Just the ones necessary for food preparation
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
and a
Yeah.
couple others.
Right.
So great product. If you're tired of the old flower scents and linen scents and just ocean surf and things like that,
Mhm.
give them a try. You will not be disappointed. Sense Eats. I think it's just the beginning too. I think there's going to be a whole bunch of Star Wars TV stories, much like Star Trek. Derek.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
I have some ideas for that. I think
what?
that
For Star Trek.
Star Wars stories.
Oh,
Like
okay.
if somebody gave me a Disney Plus show and said, take a Star Wars character, develop it, make a TV show.
I don't know why they
You
wouldn't give you a chance.
Well, they should.
Yeah.
So Disney, if you're listening, we'd like our own show.
You're listening.
There's a lot of characters out there,
Right.
right? What about, I know you and I have talked about this a bit before, Trevor, Greedo.
Oh,
Now, just to help you out, Derek, if you forget, Greedo is the character who in the original Star Wars movie was threatening Han Solo because he hadn't paid out his debts to Jabba the Hutt.
Right.
You know, he's
And
at the
then
table with him.
in the original trilogy, Han Solo shot him, and that was later revamped so that it looked like Greedo shot first. It was a big controversy,
Mm.
right? So,
yeah, he's going to take it.
are you aware of this character?
Yeah, I'm familiar with the character.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd like to know more about his backstory.
It
and
would
his
be.
life.
It'd be really
Like-
interesting.
You know, what led up to that
Right.
encounter? You know, was he a family man?
Right, exactly. So, what if we went a week back,
Yeah.
right? A week before he's shot and killed by Han Solo.
Yeah, maybe
And
like just what was leading up to that week? Did he was he having marital problems? Like,
He was into the gambling,
yeah.
right? He was deep into it. He
probably.
had some issues. He would go home every night. The wife would be on his case.
Yep.
Mhm.
He's got 4 little Greedos at home.
He's spending their money. Yeah. And then he takes this high risk job with this psychopath Han Solo just to, get out of debt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there would be very few special effects. It would be mostly like a kind of family drama,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
like a This Is Us kind of thing,
Yeah.
right?
Just really
Or
paint
like,
him as just humanize the character a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like dinosaurs.
Mhm.
Yeah, like dinosaur sitcom.
Yeah. You come home after a long day. Not the mama, and then you
Yeah.
just have to. Yeah.
You know that reference, but you confuse Star Wars and Star Trek. You know Steven Spielberg's obscure 90s sitcom dinosaurs, but you can't tell the difference between Star Wars and Star Trek.
I don't know.
You are an enigma wrapped in a
I
riddle.
don't know. I want to know a little bit more about the backstory of the slug guy. Is that
Which you mean Jabba the Hutt?
Jabba the Hutt? You
Well,
know, like,
Jabba the Hutt's a
but-
pretty major character.
But like
Yeah.
how did he get there? How did he become
Well, his
Jabba the Hutt?
father
I want
was
to know some of
a
that.
warlord or some or crime boss, wasn't he?
There's a whole bunch of Hutts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
so this is not.
Maybe he didn't want to be a crime lord, though.
Yeah.
Maybe.
What put him down that life of crime?
Yeah. Were you doing a Jabba the Hutt impression?
I was trying, but it wasn't very good.
I can't do one either. It sounds like you're trying to talk while burping.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a good one, actually. I'd watch a Jabba the series.
Jabba the series.
What
Jabba's-
about just
No.
doing like an episode or a TV series where it's just about George Lucas? You know, it's kind of like a Curb Your Enthusiasm, but just about George Lucas's day-to-day life. You know,
So it's
living
a
on
very
Sky.
meta, young George Lucas?
No,
Old?
just now.
Yeah, so it doesn't touch on Star Wars.
Not much.
No.
No, just follows George around when he goes grocery shopping or gets his haircut or just hanging on a Skywalker ranch and opening fan mail or not opening
Yeah.
fan mail.
Yeah.
Every
You know?
once in a while, he reminisces about
Yeah.
that time he created that blockbuster series.
Yeah, occasionally you
Right.
see him like react to like some kind of hate mail about episodes 1, 2, or 3, or Jar Jar Binks. You know,
Right.
But mostly it's just him living his life.
Him complaining about having $4 billion from the Disney sale.
That's all he has.
Yeah.
Wow,
He did pretty well.
I thought
from
he'd have
it.
like more.
$4 billion is a pretty big number.
Yeah, he's done pretty well.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Sure.
What about like a Discovery Channel kind of thing about style, like documentary
Oh,
about the technicians who do lightsabers, like the guys
Oh
who
my
got to
God.
make
Right.
those lightsabers work,
yeah.
and they
Yeah.
got like I don't know, Darth Vader. That's the right movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, breathing down their neck because his lightsaber wasn't
Right.
working. And
Oh.
You know that show Queer Eye for the Straight Guy?
I do know that show.
okay,
right.
yeah.
I mean, you could apply that to, you could have them doing makeovers for Star Wars
true.
characters. Darth Vader.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure there's a lot they could do there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. When you
Right.
get that helmet
Lighten
off,
things
Right.
up a little bit.
Yeah.
yeah, powder his head.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It'd be good.
Yeah, it'd be an interesting take on it. I like the idea, kind of like Derek was talking about, if maybe more like a National Geographic like travel series where they treat the planets like they're real places. You know? And
Yeah.
it's like a travel show.
Uh-huh.
Or you could do
Yeah.
like a wildlife show of all like the different species of aliens and
Right.
creatures. That'd be interesting. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
love
any
it.
of the characters in Star Wars would make.
I mean,
pretty
it's a
compelling TV
huge
shows.
universe, right?
Yeah.
There's so much you can
It's
do.
infinite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, have you guys ever seen the Star Wars Christmas special?
No.
Oh yeah,
You saw it?
I don't remember any of it, but I know I've seen it.
Now, I might be wrong in the year, but I believe it was 1979, the
Okay.
year before Empire Strikes Back came out.
Okay.
And so this is in between Star Wars and Empire Strikes Back. They released a television Christmas special. And it is, I mean, it's talked about, and you can find bootleg copies of it on the internet. I loved it when it came out. I must have been of the right age, but I just wanted Star Wars so bad that
Yeah.
when it came out, I thought it was the most incredible thing ever.
It was just a fix you needed till the next.
It
movie.
was, yeah. And then I watched it a few years ago, and
It was better left remembered.
it did not hold up at all.
Was it
So,
animated?
no, it was actually live action. They had Mark
Okay.
Hamill, they had Harrison Ford,
Yeah.
Carrie Fisher. So they had the whole principal
Lots
cast.
of Ewoks.
No Ewoks whatsoever because
Oh.
it was between Star Wars and Empire Strikes Back.
Okay.
But
I don't remember it at all.
a big part of it was Chewbacca coming home to his home planet of Kashyyyk
Yeah.
to celebrate. I think they called it Life Day.
Okay.
So he's coming back, and there's a scene at the beginning of the Star Wars Christmas special with Han Solo's child, like a boy Wookiee, who's about 10, and the wife, and they're
Han
hanging.
Solo's
Solo's
son
child?
is a
Did I
Wookiee?
say Han Solo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I missaid it again.
Han Solo
Chewbacca's-
got it on with
Sorry.
a Wookiee?
Okay. Okay. So there's a scene with Chewbacca's.
Oh.
With Chewbacca's son, who's about 10 years old, and his wife, and they're in the house in Kashyyyk,
Yeah.
and they have a 15-minute conversation in Wookiee with no what do you call it?
Subtitles.
Subtitles?
No subtitles,
At all.
and you're supposed to figure out what's going on here. You have no idea. On top of this, there's a guest appearance by B. Arthur,
Oh, my
who
God.
played
Golden Girls.
Yeah, Golden Girls and Maude.
Dorothy?
I think she might sing in the episode. This was the first appearance of Boba Fett,
Wow.
which is he was in an animated segment. So there's a lot to it, but it is a
Wow.
real train wreck as far as Christmas specials are concerned.
Most
So-
are really high quality.
So I'd like to do an update. I'd like to see a Star Wars Christmas special for the new trilogy. What would we do? What would we do in that Star Wars Christmas special?
Well, they'd have all gathered together, and it's kind of a bleak time because it's Christmas. But they're at Jar Jar Binks'
Who's
funeral.
they? Jar Jar Binks. Why is he there? We're talking about
No,
the
no.
new trilogy.
They're there because they know him through
Okay.
reputation. It's his funeral.
okay.
Yep. So they're there. That's what
Something's
brings them
happened
together.
to Jar Jar.
Yeah,
This
something
is a really
terrible.
grim
Something
Story-
terrible has
sad
happened to Jar
opening.
Jar Binks. So that's
suicide.
no,
Jesus.
no, that's too dark. But
Okay.
you know, he died in a painful, slow way,
Right.
and that's the first thing that would appeal to the fans.
Is Kylo Ren there? He does come.
Yeah, he'd be
They
there.
they have a truce
A
because
Christmas truce.
I think
Right.
he'd be having a sour kind of Christmas. Like he's a kid
Right.
who's had too much Christmas already, you know? And then maybe the rest are trying to bring him over from the dark side to
Uh-huh.
try and teach him the true meaning of Christmas.
Mhm.
You know? Maybe that's what they're all there for.
So you get like visited by ghosts of Christmas past kind of thing.
There are
It's like
ghosts
a-
in the Star Wars universe.
And there's Ray. That Ray is there too.
yeah.
So they've come together for.
Ray of
I've never
Christmas
seen a
cheer.
Christmas show where you come together for a funeral, but okay.
I just want Jar Jar Binks dead.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And those little, you've got those little creatures from the island, the bird-like penguin-type creatures.
Oh yeah, those
the,
adorable things. I don't remember the name.
You
of.
got to have those in a Christmas special.
Oh yeah, they'd be all over the place.
Yeah.
Wearing little Christmas hats.
They should just be just everywhere. They're in everything.
They're making toys.
yeah.
You know, Santa's a Jedi.
Yeah.
You know, that'd be great.
What is that? Supreme Leader Snoke.
Yeah,
He gets in the Christmas spirit.
he could be the Grinch,
Right. Yeah.
a Grinch type character.
Mhm.
You know, he's gonna murder everyone, but then he has like change of heart, and he cuts the roast beef for them.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
It is. It is good. Well,
One of my favorite things. It doesn't seem like a big part. Maybe some people do see it as a big part. I like the droids. I think the droids in Star Wars are entertaining as heck.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, they're the only characters. C-3PO. Did I say that correctly?
No.
C-3PO
Yes.
and R2-D2.
Right.
Yes.
Those are the only two characters to appear in every Star Wars film.
Are they?
Yes.
Well,
They've been in them all.
Huh?
So they're very important.
I got to listen to a talk by Anthony Daniels.
Oh.
Yeah, and he
You
seems
saw
like,
him at a convention?
Yeah, saw him at a
Mhm.
convention.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well-spoken guy.
That would be very entertaining.
Yeah.
Did he
Yeah.
sound like C-3PO?
No, not at
No?
all. No, very well-spoken.
Mm-hmm.
No, good. He wore metal. I remember that. He
Right.
didn't have to, but that's just
Mhm.
what he wears all the time.
Yeah.
So, I thought it was weird, but he could have just worn street clothes, but he showed up just wearing metal. And not like the costume from the movie, just scrap metal he'd found that he'd attached
You just
to
pieced
himself.
it together, kind of
Yeah,
thing.
I think he only feels comfortable wearing metal.
Yeah.
But yeah, very well spoken. And I think they're good comic relief,
Mhm.
like BB-8 is just a
Yes.
funny character,
Well, they did a good
Um,
job with that character, right? They
yes.
they created
a lot of
droid
personality for
yeah.
no lines, really,
Mhm.
right?
What about I don't remember the droid's name, but if you've seen the Han Solo story, there's a droid in that film. Are you
Solo.
familiar?
Yeah, I do
Solo?
remember. Yeah. It's a very capable droid.
Yeah, and it's played by the actress who is the lead actress in the movie or in the TV show Fleabag.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Right now, there's fans just screaming her name out.
As we're Googling it on our phones.
I'm not Googling.
L337, played
yeah.
by Phoebe Waller-Bridge.
Yeah.
And that was a really interesting character. They did a lot
Yeah.
with that droid, and they eventually had that droid die in battle
Mhm.
and become a part of the Millennium Falcon, which is part of the reason why the Millennium Falcon is able to maneuver through hyperspace or so quickly. So that
Is,
was kind of a unique and clever idea.
What are some other ideas for droids that we could pitch? What are some droids you'd like to see that we haven't seen already?
They seem highly functional. Like, is there a Roomba droid out there?
A Roomba-style droid.
Yeah.
It's going to
would
be
be
something
amazing.
cleaning.
Yeah,
All
its
the
job
ships,
is
right?
to just clean everything.
It's
Yeah.
a very domestic droid that
Right.
just keeps things tidy.
right.
But complains about it constantly.
Yeah.
How it's always picking up after.
Yeah, and it always has to like study the outline of a room wherever they go, right?
yeah.
They're in like these high pressure escape scenes, but it's wait a minute. It's got to like memorize the dimensions of the room before they can escape.
Just doing a quick tidy up.
But at some point, it comes in handy.
Yeah.
It has to like redeem itself for all of its.
It probably would save like the entire day
yeah.
at the very end at a crucial moment.
Yeah.
You know, one more like droid thing. They're always like smaller, fragile little guys. I'd like to see in one of the new movies just like this massive hulking like war
Yeah.
beast of a droid that's kind of like just a walking mech that just wreaks havoc, you know? That'd be pretty cool. Or maybe a droid that for some reason learns the way of the Jedi and he's got a lightsaber. I don't know if that's possible.
They did that. The
General
character that
Grievous?
had- General Grievous.
Yeah, but he didn't have Jedi powers. He just had a lot of lightsabers.
You want a droid to have Jedi powers?
Well, not really, but I want him to be more like, you know, nimble and like do cool flips and stuff. I mean, Grievous was cool, but, you know, just a good guy droid that has a lightsaber.
Okay, I have a droid question.
right?
Okay, so C3PO
Yeah.
is a droid.
I think
What's-
you can say C-3PO.
C3PO.
Yeah.
What's the little like beep 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 beep?
R2D2.
R2D2. Okay, and then like in the newer ones, there's like BB-8, right?
Yep.
So why does nobody name these droids? Why, like, I don't call anything by a serial number. I'm assuming that's like the model number. Why don't they just like give it a real name?
Because
This is a good
some of them
point.
power the starfighters, right? They're basically just exposed up there, so they're going to take shots all the time to the head
Right.
and die. So you don't
Yeah.
want to name something that,
You're not going to call it Gary.
yeah,
So
Right.
you basically, it's just to like keep it away from a relationship.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
It's just a cold heart.
Plus,
thing.
are there not more than one R2D2? Isn't that just like a robot number that?
No, I think I always assumed he was the only one,
Oh,
like a serial
he
number.
gets his own only 4-digit,
Well, maybe
4-letter code.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how it works
Yeah.
in the Star
so
Wars
there's an
factories.
R2D3,
Yeah, maybe R2D3.
and he was a total screw up.
Yeah,
All right.
Yeah.
There's something special about R2D2.
he would try to hack doors and just burst into flames.
yeah.
R2D3.
I love how I was watching the films
Yeah.
this weekend, and they were playing on Showcase, and it was surprising to me that R2D2 in the third movie is able to hover, like he has jets built into him
Well, yeah.
that allows him to hover a little bit, right?
Yeah.
He never used those in the original trilogy.
Well,
He just suddenly had this ability.
he was older in the original
Right.
trilogy, so he was just taking it easier.
Mm.
You know, look at Yoda in the prequel episodes. He's flipping around and doing crazy stuff.
That's true.
Yoda's old in the first movies.
Well, those robots, I mean, considering the amount of time they've lived, it's been like 70, 80 years.
Mm.
That's a long time for a piece of technology.
It's craftsmanship.
That's true.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A
A lot of oil,
Oh yeah, motor oil.
lube,
Yeah, they're
a
lube.
lot of lubed.
Yeah.
A lot of-
Yeah, a lot of love, a lot of lube.
Yeah.
That's what the Star Wars droids are built on.
Mhm.
The other thing that's really cool about the Star Wars, especially if you're a geeky fan like me, is the lightsabers.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody wants a lightsaber, and they haven't been able to quite perfect lightsaber technology enough for us to have just a beam of light we can have pretend sword fights with.
Right.
Probably would be one of the most dangerous weapons you could own.
Oh, for sure. If you
You
drop it, it would just keep going to like the center of the earth and then beyond.
Yeah.
Kill someone on the other side of the planet. I don't know how that would work, but it would be handy. Like it would revolutionize like the foresting industry and mining industries and even dental work. Probably,
Yeah.
you know? Yeah. You got like a real trained Jedi dentist.
As long as you don't have like a Kylo Ren type
Yeah.
dental tool where you've got the hilt coming out on both sides
Yeah.
and cutting into the lips.
Every hairdresser's got light shears. She's going
Yeah.
nuts, giving you a bowl cut. Hopefully, you don't lose part of your ear. But I'd
Yeah.
like they've had some like variations on just the basic like lightsaber. Like you've got
Uh-huh.
different colors, like the purple
Right.
one Mace Windu has.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome when they change the colors. But
Mhm.
then you got like Count Dooku had a different hilt
Yeah.
that was all round. And then we saw the really weird lightsaber with the crossguard that Kylo Ren has. And
There's
then
been all sorts.
the dual lightsaber is one of
Mhm.
my favorites that Darth Maul had. That was
Oh.
an awesome toy.
Yeah, it was true.
Yeah, and it was,
And it was all
lightsaber.
about toys.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Some merchandising.
Did they?
Go ahead.
Has there ever been a ranged lightsaber? Like,
Well, they got laser guns, so
but that's like a gun, right? That's not
Yeah.
using the like the lightsaber needs to use the force
Yeah.
to work, right?
Yeah.
Did you like have something where you like
well, it's a neat
like a
idea.
lightsaber boomerang? You know.
Ooh, a light
Ooh,
boomerang.
that's a
That's not a
yeah.
bad idea. That makes
Okay.
sense. I like that.
Sounds like a good toy idea
Yep.
at
Yeah.
the least.
Oh, you'd have a lot of kids going to the ER.
Right. Yeah.
Like a light bow.
Light bow, yeah.
That'd be kind of neat.
Shoots a beam. And
Yeah, I don't think they've made it so any of the lightsaber type weapons like can lose any part of themselves.
Yeah.
Or, you know, a light flail, maybe like on a chain,
Ah,
kind of a neat
Yeah.
thing. You know?
I did notice in the prequel episodes
Yeah.
that Obi-Wan and Anakin are defending themselves from a huge droid attack. There's
Right.
lasers coming at them. They're deflecting all those lasers.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, R2-D2 is beside them and doesn't seem to have any problems with it.
Well,
So
they're
they're just
defending
not
him.
aiming at him.
Well, they can't hit very well anyways,
No.
but they're probably just defending him.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a lightsaber that's got kind of a built-in shield kind of deal would be
Mhm.
neat. A light trident
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm.
I would like
interesting.
if I would like a light spork
Oh,
that you
light
could use,
spork.
or a light straw.
Yeah.
We've got all these
drinks
issues with
through a
straws
laser?
right now.
Yeah.
I think you burn your face off.
Yeah.
Well, how
Could
about
you just use the force to raise the water to your mouth?
Oh, that's true.
Just like make your own
Nobody's
drinking
done that.
fountain
That
all
would
the
be
time.
really cool. You're
you
doing
could
your bit
become
for
a
the
really
environment.
lazy,
Yeah.
out of shape Jedi,
Right.
just using your powers like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
A light scythe.
Although I think you'd be quite
farming.
a strong Jedi
Yeah.
if you were able to funnel your water through an imaginary straw.
Oh,
Like that'd be pretty
that's
cool.
the ultimate test.
Right? That's the last thing. That's Jedi level 17, actually.
Oh,
Right there.
how about this? Lightsaber Wolverine claws. Oh my god.
Nobody's done that yet.
That would
And
be
you got to
bad.
bring Hugh Jackman back to
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah, just a
Right?
gruff Jedi full of adamantium. Yeah, that'd be all right. So, have you seen any footage, or have you even visited the new Star Wars area in Disneyland?
Well, I haven't visited. I've heard about
It's
it.
called Galaxy's Edge.
That's right. Galaxy's
Okay.
Edge.
They're taking it up a notch.
They have apparently a replica Millennium Falcon.
oh my
there.
god.
That would be cool.
That you could like walk through.
I mean, I would go. Totally.
I was a huge fan of just the old Star Tours ride in Tomorrowland.
Loved it.
And like just
loved it.
waiting to get into that ride. That's not a big ride because it's just a single little room that, it's a VR experience basically.
Yeah.
But just the like queue, like as you're
Yeah.
lining up, and
Yeah.
you like see C-3PO and R2D2.
The X-wing fighter.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
everything.
See,
It's really it's so masterful that they have all of that experience for you while you're
Yeah.
waiting to get on the ride.
Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah.
The waiting room is more impressive than the actual ride.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
the lead up. I don't care for Star Tours.
Yeah.
It like makes me feel
You get
sick. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Mhm.
I don't like that.
Well, the new experience, the Galaxy's Edge, is supposed to be pretty cool.
Yeah, it's
So you
huge.
get to take a trip on the Millennium Falcon, and then I think there's a cantina that you can explore, and
you get a
it's,
drink
it's
there?
very yes, you can.
Wow.
Very much an experience
Mhm.
that you're in Star Wars, that
Wow.
you're part of it. So it sounds cool, but what if we were to develop other ideas for
Oh. Almost
amusement
as
parks?
if we were going
right,
to pitch ideas.
right.
Yeah.
On this episode or on this podcast that we call Pitch Guys.
Oh, is that the name of it? Well, like for rides or attractions or whatever?
Attractions, amusement parks. I'd like to see something for Jabba the Hutt. Definitely.
Oh.
Mm.
I think that'd be pretty
I
cool.
got something.
Yeah?
Yes, a giant Jabba the Hutt that you can climb up to the top of him, and then you get all greased up and you slide down him. And he's one of those big super slip and slides that you see at fairs and stuff.
Ah.
Yeah. But you have to wear like a strange bikini.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And you get to choke them out at the end of the ride.
The giant Jabba with a giant chain. Yeah. You got to pretend to be slave Leia. That would be great for the family.
All these kids are coming out of this Disney attraction crying.
I say Leia. Leia.
Leia, yeah.
Slave Leia.
Yeah.
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 Be very empowering. You just hurt yourself on your mic.
Amusement parks.
Wait, what about like an adult kind of thing? Like you're at the park all day with your
Wookiees.
kids.
Yeah, Wookiees everywhere.
You're tired. You want some alone adult time.
With the Wookiees.
Yeah, with the Wookiees, and so you can go. Like there's gambling and stuff like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Maybe there's like
Star
a
Wars
casino
casino.
style Star Wars.
Is there a casino in Star
Wow.
Wars movies?
A lot of casinos.
Yeah.
I mean, there was one in The Last Jedi.
There you go. That's a good idea.
And you but you have to take on a costume before you go in. You can't just go in.
Yeah,
because they're all the weird aliens and stuff. So you have to
absolutely.
go in for like 4 hours of like prosthetics before you go into the casino.
Oh, this is a commitment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like this. There's already a hotel, right? Star Wars
Hotel?
at Disneyland.
Really?
I would go there.
I'd love to sleep in a Star Wars style room. I mean, that'd be kind of cool.
What kind of room
With
would it
Chewbacca.
Like a
I
sandy
wanna
hole?
sleep
Like
in
a-
that trash compactor that
Yeah.
they're getting crushed in.
Okay.
Because
Oh, the
it's-
stress.
That's like
Yeah.
the alarm clock in the morning.
Right.
The room
You better
starts,
get up and enjoy
the
the
room
park.
starts
Yeah.
closing.
Yeah.
You
Well,
got to
it just
find
seems-
your way out. Otherwise, you
Yeah.
die.
You're in a waterbed and the walls just start to collapse on you, and then there's a tentacle beast surrounding the waterbed. It just seems cozy.
Yeah.
Somebody gets grabbed and pulled under. Yeah, it would be really good.
Just float your room service through
Yeah.
the garbage water to you.
I had a lot of Star Wars action figures when I was younger,
Well, yeah.
and stupidly, I played with them.
Oh, you
I didn't
idiot.
keep the packaging.
Right.
Yeah.
I had the original, the first ever Millennium Falcon that came out, and didn't keep the box, and actually played with the darn thing. So
How
it's
dare
in
you.
kind of tatters now.
That's sad.
But that was like, if you have that toy in
Yeah.
mint condition, it's worth major dollars.
it's like you don't even have
What's
to work
what's
now.
major dollars?
I don't want to say, but I
thousands
would
or
bet
like
you could get a couple
100,000s?
thousand for that thing
Yeah.
$5 at least.
in mint condition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's like any of those nostalgic toys, like GI Joes and
Mm-hmm.
Ninja Turtles. Even are expensive now.
Right.
Yeah.
So what merchandising hasn't been done for Star Wars? What could we
Well,
do?
We already said it, but
Right.
basically, if there was a Star Wars edition Roomba that looked like a droid
Yeah.
and made droid sounds,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and if it encounters a real dirty room, it does that like high pitched scream that R2D2 does, or it can just go around giving you like a lot of anxious advice, like C3PO, you know,
Right.
questioning everything you're doing.
Action figures. What about action figures? There's no George Lucas action figure. Why not? There should be.
Mm-hmm. That's
Yeah.
true.
They
Be
did
such
do
a
one of
cool
Stan
one.
Lee now. Like
Right.
there's a Stan Lee statue or
Mhm.
something you can buy now. So why not him, George Lucas?
There should be a whole set,
Mhm.
like him and his California home and his parents
Yeah.
and the whole thing.
The high school he went to.
Right.
Yeah.
yeah, a whole play set George Lucas's life.
Yeah.
That's not creepy.
Yeah. His buddy Francis Ford Coppola.
I'd like to see just more costumes. Like I just want to be able to sit around my house in a Wookiee costume.
Mm.
Would be nice.
Yeah. And it'd be
They're
warm.
expensive. You can
Yeah.
buy a Wookiee costume.
Yeah.
It costs some money.
Yeah, I can't buy it then.
Mm.
I don't have the height to carry it off.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess I could be maybe Chewbacca's 10-year-old son,
sure.
but definitely wouldn't pass for an adult Wookiee.
I'd like to see car modding kits to make your car look like an A-wing or an X-wing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it'd be super dangerous on the highway, but just it'd be fun.
And more GPS
Yeah.
voice with
Oh, yeah.
C-3PO or others.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We talked about that before,
Yeah.
actually, with Darth Vader, I think.
We've got like what is that company? SpaceX that's working on
Oh yeah,
private
company.
like flights into space. So maybe you could merchandise on that where you have like a Millennium Falcon or something like that or at least the inside looks like it.
yeah,
Um,
just completely unnecessary aesthetic details,
Yeah.
so you feel like you're in a Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
If you're actually
When
going,
you're
It
going
would
into
be
space.
nice when you're driving your car down the road to be able to, if you press the accelerator,
yeah,
to have those like hyperspace type
all
effects
those lights.
come on. Some
uh,
sort of projection.
like a
that came
heads
on
up
your
display in the
windshield.
windshield.
It cuts down on your
Right.
visibility
You can't
100%.
see it.
It really makes you feel like you're in the movies.
You push
Yeah.
the speed button
Into
and
an
you're go-
overpass.
The moment you speed up, you instantly plow into a semi. But that second that you were living Star Wars was amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's worth.
Yeah.
It's worth the 3 cars you just drove through. Yeah, that's a good idea.
I guess they didn't need to worry about where they were going.
No,
No. So.
they're gonna end up somewhere, right? More Star Wars video games are always a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't have enough of those.
No. They'll be around forever. There's some
Yeah.
good ones coming out even.
That's right. I don't. What's coming out? Do you know?
Yeah, it's Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, I'm sure, is the name of it. And it's like a real action-packed one. It's got quite a bit of hype around it right now. But any of the old Star Wars games where you were like flying in them, like the old arcade games,
Oh,
those are amazing, right? Those are hours of fun.
Mm.
they were good. Even the Battlefront, the original Battlefront, was pretty
Yeah.
good.
Disney, with a lot of their famous films,
Mhm.
they've turned them into musical theater pieces. You know, you've got like Aladdin, Little Mermaid, you've got all these.
Yeah.
What about a Star Wars the musical?
You could do it.
There's like the Wookiee love song, and it's just
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
cooling.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
Yeah.
Pretty romantic.
Yeah.
Well, they could redo that Christmas special with all the big Disney big bucks.
There's no reason why a Star Wars character couldn't show up in a Marvel movie now either. Because they're
vice
both
versa.
owned by Disney. Right.
Legally, there's no reason
Right.
why. Story-wise,
That would
you'd
make the
have to do some
merchandising easier
finagling.
too.
It would make you groan pretty hardcore.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But if Captain America or Thor might be a logical one. If he shows up in Star Wars,
Yeah. Yeah.
not so great. Well, we've got a new film coming out very shortly.
That's true.
December 20th is the
Is that what it is?
it's the premiere date.
Just before
Oh.
Christmas.
And I think it's going to be good, actually. It sounds interesting because when you listen to what J.J. Abrams has said, he said that the whole 9 films should stand as an entire story.
Yeah.
So I think I'm excited. I think
So is this the last one, or is there going to be like a 10, 11,
no.
12
This is
more coming.
well. This is guaranteed the last one
for
in
now?
regards to the Skywalker saga.
Okay.
There will be other films to come, but this is
Right.
the last of this story.
Okay. So this is going to tie everything together.
Right.
Yeah. So what
And
do
I-
you hope to see in this?
Oh,
one,
boy.
If it's going to tie everything.
Oh boy.
What do you want in it? What would make it great?
I'm thinking like a hat.
Kylo Ren Darth Vader musical number would be so
That would be good.
awesome.
That would be good.
It would be good.
Be a little
Mhm.
breathy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Adam Driver, he's an excellent actor.
If
He
you want a
can pull it
musical
off.
one, they could just scrap the whole storyline so far. They could do like an Almost Famous style music biopic about just that Cantina band from the original trilogy.
Yeah.
You know, that group is like an
Well, that's-
upcoming, like
yeah.
about to be famous, like Cantina band, and just their story, their infighting,
Yeah.
and just how they
So
witnessed this
what
terrible
you're
murder.
saying is-
Beyond the music.
What you're
kind of
saying
thing.
is for episode 9, just scrap everything they've
Yeah.
done for the past 2 episodes and just focus on the
Yeah.
Cantina band.
Yeah. Just make them like a rough band kind of story, like Motley Crue's The Dirt, you know?
It seems
And they had to see like this Han Solo character murder this Greedo character, and that was traumatizing for them, you know?
It seems a little ADHD to me to give up on the Kylo Ren
You're the
Rey
one who
story.
pitched the musical.
I know, but it's a good idea. I'm just saying that to jump to that would be a little bit infuriating.
Okay, so with spoilers here, but at the end of this last one where we ended,
The
like,
8th movie, yeah.
yeah, like I have this like vision of like the dude on the mountain pretending that he's fighting, but it's actually like not him. Am I in the right?
Luke
I'm in the right
Skywalker?
movie,
You're
right?
talking about when Luke
He's like projecting himself. He's got
Projecting
like a
himself.
hologram fighting stuff.
right, yeah.
Was that the end of the movie, or was
Yeah.
there something past that? Is that how it ended?
No, you pretty much have it. He force projected himself to fight Kylo Ren and make a stand.
Yeah.
And the exertion
Yeah.
seems to kill him.
Right.
All right.
Kind of ticked me off a little bit.
They're killing off
Yeah.
these guys too easily, like Han Solo being stabbed by,
Right.
just...
Yeah,
Kylo
like
Ren.
a lightsaber.
That's
could
hard to
do
watch.
that. Yeah.
And then Luke just dies because he's tired.
Yeah.
And then poor Carrie Fisher, like, I'm going to miss her a lot.
Right.
Really, really funny person, too.
Did they
But she
kill off her
hasn't died.
character?
The irony is
No,
that she's
yeah.
the actor's actually dead,
Yeah.
but she's still alive.
Yeah, the character's still alive.
Right.
So that'll be interesting how they tie that up. I hope they do it in a graceful way. You know,
Mhm.
I'd like to see just Sith.
Yeah.
Yeah, like get it. I want the Sith to just take over. All Sith.
You don't want this to end well.
No, I want all.
That'd be
Sith.
a way to really upset people.
Oh yeah.
if
Set up
if the
a
dark
whole new
side
series,
wins, right?
too. Yeah, just Sith.
Yeah.
Yep. Just the
Sith
take over.
happens.
Sith happens. That could be the next movie title.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to see maybe like
Star Wars 10. Sith happens.
Sith happens.
That's great.
What about bringing in like dragons into this a little
Oh,
bit? You
you know,
know,
like
like
Game of
dragons are
Thrones kinda
selling.
thing or
Let's
something?
bring a dragon in.
Lightsaber dragons.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lightsaber dragons.
I don't know. They're made of lightsabers.
The whole dragon?
right. Yeah.
Or just lightsaber
It's
talons.
like a 5-year-old kid that's writing it.
yeah.
Right.
It goes back to Hobbs and Shaw,
Whoever's
right?
writing
Yeah.
Hobbs and Shaw is now in charge. They're lightsaber dragons.
And the whole thing's a lightsaber.
And then you tie 5 cars together. What about crossover of just Lord of the Rings if you're going to go Game of Thrones?
Yeah, well, why not? Let's
Yeah.
get Disney to buy that too.
Yeah, they will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or this one's even easier to do. Do Indiana Jones in space.
Oh,
You know, he meets up in the Star Wars universe. He's
does
the
he
new
meet Han Solo?
Yeah, they're like, you look familiar. You look familiar.
Yeah.
You know, that'd be interesting. Little short round
Would be.
character.
Right.
He's a Ewok,
Yeah.
all cap on. You know,
Mr. Jones!
don't do impressions. Don't do it.
I'm doing an impression of Short Round. It's perfectly acceptable.
Yeah, but yours is bad. You could have Derek's dream of Star Trek crossing over with Star Wars.
There we
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Everybody
Like
goes through a
Enterprise.
black hole and they end up together.
Yeah, like they've been banging around space all this many decades.
Just
and they've
banging
never,
around
just
space.
banging. They've been traveling around. They haven't come across any of the Star Wars places yet.
Yeah.
Give me a break,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Give me a break.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Bum ba dum bum bum ba dum bum.
Is that the Indiana Jones music?
Yeah, with a note change so that we don't have to pay for it.
Captain's log. We met a Wookiee today.
Yeah.
You know? Be interesting. Well, I just hope the popcorn's good.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll be there.
Yeah.
It's a lot of years. It's 40 plus years that Star Wars has existed.
Yeah.
Can you
9
imagine
films. That's
just
a pretty
watching all the
major
films
achievement.
Straight,
Yeah.
doing a marathon, watch all those movies.
Jeez.
Yeah.
You need a
It
comfy
would
pillow to
be
sit
it would
on.
be something.
I'm gonna have to do some catch up on the way up.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is gonna be a special moment to you. Like, or are you gonna like do you have any rituals
You gonna
before the
dress up?
show? Are you gonna go in character? Are you gonna?
It doesn't feel too special. To me, special was Return of the Jedi.
Mm.
The original trilogy ending, that was something. This is cool, but unnecessary.
You just
Okay.
you haven't been impressed by anything since then.
No, I've been impressed, but not to the same level as when you're a kid
Mm.
growing up with it, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, we'll have to wait and see what happens. But if you guys have anything that you really love about the Star Wars universe or you'd like to see in the next film, let us know.
Yeah.
Or if you have anything you love about the Star Trek universe, put that in there too.
We have this high-tech Twitter thing.
At
Yeah.
Pitch Guys.
Yeah,
And it's
Epic
blowing up.
Yeah.
blowing
it's just-
up like a Death Star.
Yeah.
So keep on listening and keep on sharing and keep on reviewing and commenting and yeah,
Keep up on those fiber pills.
keep up on those fiber pills. Stay regular.
Yeah.